What's going on, guys? It's your boy Ziggy from Shonen Origins. Today I'm gonna bring you my first impressions of Jump Force. I said Jump Star. I'm bugging right now, but I'm gonna bring you my first impression of Jump Force. Now I have about like 10 hours into the game right now. I have my character. He's at level 27. I'm in chapter 3 of the story mode. I don't know how many chapters there are. I'm gonna assume there's probably like 4 or 5. So maybe I feel like I'm at least halfway done with the story mode. And I've done quite a few missions. Now, well, as we know, this game is celebrating 50 years of Weekly Shonen Jump. So, in my opinion, this game had to live up to two things, right? It had to live up as an anniversary game, a celebration of Weekly Shonen Jump. But most important of all, and I feel like a lot of us as fans forgot this, it had to be a good video game, right? Because it is a video game. As much as, we love the fact that we can use characters like Yusuke Urameshi versus Naruto, and it's pretty awesome because we don't get things like that often, right? The main anime games we get are Naruto and Dragon Ball games. When it comes to other series in Weekly Shonen Jump, we don't get like a Yu Yu Hakusho game like every 2-3 years like we get a Dragon Ball game or a Naruto game. So that's why we are hyped for this. We are hyped to see these characters mashed together, but at the same time, you also have to look at it as a video game. And as a video game, it does fall flat in a lot of areas. And the most thing I want to point out is the art style and graphics in the game. It is atrocious. That's the only word I can think about it. It doesn't look good at all. The character models look very plastic and dull, which is very sad because one of the things that attract me to anime, I'm pretty sure a lot of anime watchers, is the art style of anime, how it's so radical and different and could be so colorful and could vary from every single character in every single anime, and it really doesn't bring that to life in this game, and that's really sad. And a lot of it is because, one, Bandai obviously didn't put the money into the game for it to look nice, and also the art style they chose, where I say they shouldn't went cel shaded like Ultimate Ninja or games like that, because it will allow a better art style, but instead they went with a polyistic plastic looking art style because it would be much cheaper, to be honest. That's just a simple answer. It's much cheaper to design these character models than doing something cel shaded where you might have to put a little bit artistic touch on it. Now in the game, other than story mode, one of the two components of the game is going to be missions over here and online ranked and online battle and playing with your friends. Now I have not played a online rank. I did play the beta. In the beta, the netcode was very smooth. I am playing on Xbox, by the way. This is on Xbox. The netcode was very smooth. I didn't have much laggy matches or anything of that nature, so I don't know how it performed on other platforms, but I assume if it worked pretty well in the beta, it should work pretty well on the full game release. Now, when it comes to missions, right? This is where, in my opinion, this is the best thing about the game. And it depends on the person. Some people might not like this. Some people won't like this. All right. So in the game, you have missions, right? You have free missions, extra missions, key missions. Key missions is where you do missions to further the storyline. And free missions is where you would do, there's easy, normal, hard, very hard, and expert. I have not locked hard, very hard, or expert yet. And I've done quite of easy ones. Excuse me. And this is where you do missions, and each mission gives you different things. Like, these are missions for experience, and then you can see, how much experience you would get, how much gold you would get, and if you get S rank, you get a special item. Then like that, they have missions for gold because you need gold to buy clothing, abilities, J stars, items. I will get into those things in a little bit. And then they have the upgrade material, and this is also used to upgrade not the abilities, but your J stars and elements and things like that. I will get to that in a bit. And then you have missions that could give you abilities from certain characters, just in case maybe if you don't want to buy them or anything like that, you could just do these missions and you unlock their abilities. And then they have the ability skills. I will get to that. So and then they have missions for the J skills. So they have missions for different things, and these missions are actually quite hard. They are quite difficult. And I like that because the way they made these missions is missions that you're gonna want to unlock. You want to do these missions and then upgrade your character in a way that, say, if you go into a mission and in the mission it says that these characters don't receive damage from slash elements, then you're gonna want to make adjustments to your character, so your character possibly doesn't have moves that have the slash element, or change the elements of certain move sets or stuff like that, so you're more prepared going into these missions. So it adds a little bit of a RPG tactical element to it, which I really could appreciate. Like I said, I haven't really gotten to the super hard missions yet, but as you can see, it gets up there because normal missions are recommended level 30 and 35, and I feel like I'm pretty deep into the story, and I'm only a level 27. I know there's achievements for as far as 70. I do not know what the max level is. Leveling up is not necessarily slow, but it's not fast either. It's not like Xenoverse where you can really get up there and leveling really quick. It's not fast, but it's not slow either. Now I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna show you the, how the shop works, the things you could buy in the shop, and things of that nature. Now, head here to the shop. Loading. That's another thing in this game. There's a lot of loading in this game, like a lot of loading. Like it gets kind of ridiculous. Now in the shop you can buy items. Now these items you can't use them on like rank match, but once again these are mainly used for those missions over there, which I said can get very difficult. So you might want to boost your health, you might want to boost your attack, you might want to boost your physical resistance and things like that. So it has that kind of RPG element of being prepared going into battle. It has ability skills. Now these ability skills get attached to your ability. So if I have a Kamehameha, actually it's probably better if I just show you. If I go to customize battle, I will go to my skills, and I have the technique lightning paw. Now if I press X, I can add a ability skill to these things, right? So I can add the ability power, so when I use the ability, my resistance to ability power gets better. I effectively scales the level, so things of that nature. So you can add these as little boosts to your abilities to add like a little variant things to them. Now also when you have these abilities, you can also change that's not a good example. It's not letting me do it right there. Right here, you can also change the element of these abilities. Now I haven't unlocked the abilities for like the Kamehameha. Not every ability you can change the element for, even if it does have an element. It doesn't work for every ability. But look here, like the Kamehameha, you could change possibly the ability of the Kamehameha. I seen on Twitter someone had a Kamehameha that was made of fire. Well, once again, that plays into mission, because you might run into missions where the character is more affected by fire abilities than it is affected by electrical abilities or poison or anything of that nature. So once again, like I said, I like that about the game. It makes the game a little bit more deeper when you go into missions and things like that, and it makes missions more fun, right? The mission where just like I go in there, I see the challenge and I fight them and it's out, you know, that could get tedious, that could get boring. But having the fact that you might have to switch up your attacks, switch up your elements, add status effects, take potions and things of that nature, it makes the missions a little bit deeper and funner to play, and doesn't make them very mundane or boring. So I like that a lot. Like I said, not every ability. Like right now I'm working on a lightning god build. I will be coming up with builds in the game. These abilities, even though they are elements of lightning, you can't change the element. Some movesets you can't change the element. So keep note of that. And then when it comes to J skills, what J skills are, they're basically like active you could put on your character. And there's different levels to them. You can upgrade them. I will take you to where you can upgrade them after I finish showing this. So you mean Krillin, right? A category is attacker, condition is consistent, is always on, and my combo power the level rises, right? And it scales to a higher level, right? And then you have the Super Saiyan Son Goku as attacker. My ability power is higher. You can put up 2, 3. I only have 2 at the moment. And like I said, you can unlock these by doing the J-Star missions in the mission area. You can unlock them. And there's other things like there's a support skills. Now as you know, this is a 3v3 game, so you will have support members. And once again, this also ties into the RPG element, because sometimes you might want to have the proper supports when going into a mission. It can't always be your favorite character. And what you could do, they have skill points, and you go to these skill points, and with these skill points you can unlock a chain, right? So I can unlock this skill point. Goku's attack is higher, his combo power is better, and now he has more physical resistance, so his defense is higher. I have 27 points. You don't have to commit to this. You can restart it at any time. and that allows you to to effectively upgrade your teammates also while doing these missions. Like, once again, I think a big enjoyment from this game is it comes from the missions. They really put a lot of effort into the missions, what I can appreciate, and also playing online ranks. So I think the mission system is pretty cool. It's pretty deep, I would say, and it looks like it's gonna be difficult, which I can appreciate. I'm happy that it's difficult. Now let me get in my little car, because you can have items, right, to like travel and things like that. I have my little small pod. Now each section, there's a B, and C section. It's a C. It's a weird, or is that R? I don't know. It's kind of weird to go A, B, and R. All right. A is Goku. B, Goku's team. It's not all Dragon Ball characters. They mix it up. B is Luffy's team, I believe, right? Let me just go down to double check. Yes, that is Luffy's area. And as you can tell, R, I think that's an R or a C. The team is called T Gamma. It's not, so maybe that's the way PNG. I don't know. And this is where Naruto, you see the Hidden Leaf Village, the Naruto side, etc. And what you could do in every single section, you could go here to, oh, well, yeah, right here. Okay. You go here to the upgrade section. It's loading. There's a lot of loading. A lot of loading. You go to the upgrade section and you can upgrade your J skills, right? So I have the Sun or Super Saiyan Guide, 600 coins. I can upgrade it to a level. Now you do need to have skill requirements. It's not just, you pay money, you upgrade it. You need skill energy reds. Some of them, like right here, you mean Krillin, that's a skill energy red. I need 8. I have 64 of them, as you can see on the right side. For Super Saiyan, for the Super Saiyan J skill, I need red, blue, and green. And right there, as you can see, I have 64 of them. 61 blues and 61 greens. You can also get these skill energies by playing the missions in the mission section. So a lot of things you want to like upgrade your character, you have to do missions. So it's kind of a you're gonna do easier missions to really get these upgrades. You might have to do it more than once, and then as you get down the line, you can upgrade your character to do tougher missions. Like I said, the mission system it's pretty deep. I can appreciate that. And over here you have the shop. Now each shop in each section, I'm not actually, I haven't even double checked to see if they have different clothing in each section. I will do that right now in this video. These are the items right here. You guys know about that. I showed you guys those things. Yes, they do. In each section, they do have certain piece of clothing. I might rock that JoJo. You feel me? I might have to rock this. As far as the section of clothing, like I said, they look good. Is that the models come off very flat. So it doesn't look as nice as you would like to see. I'll go into the customization. Some of the graphics in the game just are very flat, and they don't pay a lot of detail into them, so they come off very flat, and it kind of ruins it. And which is weird too, because some ultimates look very good. Like Killua's ultimate looks very good. Dai from Dragon Quest, his ultimate looks really good. And in the game when you're in the game itself, it doesn't look amazing, but it looks good, right? It doesn't look amazing, but it looks good. But when you're in like the hub world or in the cutscenes, the characters just look very flat. They don't look very nice. Now, so far, I'll be honest with you. This is probably my favorite top so far. I have I forgot. I know this is from Bleach. I don't know which version of Ichigo this is called. Ichigo has so many different versions in Bleach. It may have basically everything. Ichigo is like perfect Cell. I swear to God. Like anybody who had anything special in Bleach, Ichigo also had it. But they have this now. This kind of my pet peeve about customization in video games. Sometimes how this takes up like the whole body, the face, my feet, my arms. I wish I could put some extra. Like if I wanted to put, a little mask like this on it, right? It will take away the whole thing, and that kind of sucks. I don't like things like that. I wish, but there's a lot of customization, but it's not as deep as everybody's making it out to be on Twitter. It's okay, it's not crazy. It's not crazy amazing. It's okay. But one of the worst things about it, like I said, is that the character animations, not the character models look so flat that it's not as appealing as you would like it to be. It's not really anime come to life, right? And that's what I feel like they were going for. But it just looks really goofy. Characters like Goku look really bad. Trunks looks really bad. Naruto looks decent. The best looking model I had to say is probably maybe like Cell. Frieza looks really bad. Any character that has a lot of muscle tone, like a Goku or a Toguro or any of those characters right there, they don't look very well. Another thing with this game, there's a lot of lone screen, but they don't look really well. Now, the main thing that I'm pretty sure everybody talking about, you talk about all these things outside the game. What about the gameplay? Now, the reason I didn't talk about the gameplay first is because, we did play the beta, and it's not that big of a difference. Now, when it comes to the gameplay, it's an arena fighter anime game, right? So it's not going to be highly competitive, but it does, it's not mashy. I will say that, right? It's not very mashy. And one of the things I do like about the game is that they give you a lot of defensive techniques, right? There's a lot of defensive techniques. It's not just blocking. Actually, I would say blocking is like the least defensive thing you could do in this game. There's a evading. There's two ways of dodging. There's one where there's an escape, and there's one where there's a high counter where it allows you a chance to attack the enemy back. And it also gives you good what you call it. It's really good at explaining the game. There are tutorial missions for you to get used to the game and things of that nature. But when it comes to the gameplay, I would say that it's not very spammy. Some moves are really good. Like in my opinion, let me go right here. Configure skills. The win. Where is it? Do I not have it? I should have it. This right here, the Tail Beast Bomb Rasen Shuriken is really good. That is a good move. It can be done in the air. It tracks. It does a lot of damage. It only takes 1 meter, and you can spam this move. Some moves are really good. The Earth God's Vacuum Fist. This is a really good combo ender. Some moves are gonna be really good combo enders. Some goods are good, like this right here, the Murderous Bone Ash, right? This is a good move because one, it does poison damage. Yeah, like it does poison damage. When you get hit with that move, your health does go down a little bit. So when somebody's attacking you, they do more damage than they normally do. And also, it's a good diversion move, right? I could do this move and then switch to another character to come in and start hitting you while you're worried about this move, or grab you or anything like that. So as far as gameplay goes, it's really good for arena fighter. It's not highly competitive, but it's very fun. I would say it's very fun. So that's really my first impressions on the game after like 10 hours. I don't know if I'm gonna do a review. There's not really a channel that does that, but I did want to put on my first impressions because I was streaming. A lot of people asked me, was it good, was it bad? And the game hasn't officially come out yet. Only people who are able to play it, the people who bought the deluxe edition, which is like $100. I would say this right now, I don't think this game's worth paying $100 for. I will tell you that right now. If you're on the fence, if you're seeing YouTube videos and you're like, man, I'm hyped for this game, maybe I should just buy it early. I don't know if I can wait till Friday. Wait till Friday. Pocket the money. Is not worth $100. I'll tell you that because I bought it up for $100. I'm telling you right now, it's not worth $100. If you are hyped for the game, you should just you go wait till Friday, pay $6 for the game, play it. If you really enjoy it, and then buy the season pass when you see what DLC characters are coming. I tell people most time, do not buy DLC season pass until you see what the DLC is in the first place. This is just a special. I just wanted the deluxe edition, so I end up getting the season pass with it. And if you're on the fence about the game, because I know there's some people on the fence again. I'm not the only one that thinks the art style is atrocious and the models look really bad. If you are on the fence of the game, then most likely you'll be on the fence. I wouldn't say buy this game right away. I would say maybe wait for it to be on sale or anything like that. Oh yeah, I didn't talk about the story. The story is terrible. The story is boring, mundane. It's the same thing over and over again, which sucks because I'm gonna be honest with you. Above everything, I was kind of hyped for the story because it looked like they did put a lot of attention to it, a lot of work into the story by the way the trailers were looking. I was kind of hyped to see what's bringing these worlds together, what is Light doing in the background. And it's nothing. It's boring. I'm not gonna go into spoilers or anything, but it's just very boring. It's the same thing over and over again. Like I said, it's a shame because Bandai, even though it looked like they did, it didn't seem like they put too much money into this game. If I had to be honest with you guys, it didn't seem like it really did have like the budget of a Ultimate Ninja series or things of that nature. Now, maybe marketing wise, it went up to there, but there's a lot. The game feels cheap in a lot of areas, and that's one of my biggest complaints about the game, especially in the graphical department. The game just it feels cheap in a lot of areas. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinity. That's how the cutscene feels. That's how the models feel. They feel very plastic and just dull. That's what it reminds me of, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinity, where the gameplay is good, but the presentation is very lackluster. Even the soundtracks in this game are just very lackluster. In this game, it's like there's a lot of things in this game that just feel cheap, and I think the biggest comparison I can make is to Marvel vs. Capcom Infinity, where a lot of people say that game has very good gameplay, but the presentation, the graphics, the soundtrack, even the roster is disappointing, which brings down the overall of the game. And I feel the same way with this game. And that's really my first impressions. I only have like 10 hours in. I don't have like crazy amount of hours, but I feel like 10 hours is enough to get a feel of the game for my first impressions. If you ask me, do I regret buying the game? No, I do enjoy the game. If you like these characters, you're gonna enjoy the game. But as a video game, if I'm judging it on a video game, it does fail in a lot of areas. So I would say if you're hyped for the game, if you know a lot about the game and you're hyped for, if you finish watching this video, which I had more complaints and more positive, if I had to be honest, and you're still hyped for the game, then I say go ahead, buy it. If you're on the fence about the game, I will probably wait for a sale, because if you're already on the fence about the game, I'm gonna be honest, the game's not gonna make you any happier or anything like that. So yeah, so that's my first impressions. It's your boy Ziggy from Shonen Origins. Deuces.